so many different type of builds. I always tell you, I always try out a lot of different jump shots, and I always take some information from y'all boys and try out y'all jump shots as well. And even though we're this far into the year, there's new players in the game since 2K is free, so I'm gonna look out for y'all boys as well, no matter if you got a low 3-point rating, high 3-point rating. If you're on a small guard, big guard, lockdown, popper, even my 7-foot bigs, or even my 6'10" dribble guys. Now today, first we're gonna start off with the best dribble pull-ups you can use in the game. For builds that's under 6'10", this is one of my favorites, Pro 2. It's a good fade with the right or left, especially if you don't like using Kobe Bryant or Devin Booker. But then if you're on a small guard, I definitely recommend you to use CP3, especially if you know how to rhythm shoot. If you know how to rhythm shoot with a mid-range, CP3 can be real dangerous. Then we got Michael Jordan. Now, if you can't get Kobe Bryant or Devin Booker because you're not a starter 4 or you don't have a certain 3-pointer mid-range, try out Michael Jordan. But for anybody that's a starter 4 rep, and if you don't know what a starter 4 rep, it's a rep system to be able to unlock certain animations. You got to be starter 4 unlock Kobe Bryant and Devin Booker. Kobe, you need a 92 mid-range or 3-pointer, and Devin Booker, you need an 87 mid-range or 3-pointer. Then we got Kevin Durant. Now, this is maybe my second favorite dribble pull-up in the game, especially on my bigger builds like my 6'10s, my 7-footers, especially with an 87 mid-range. You could really go crazy with it. But then we got normal 2 for like my 7-footers or the 7-footers that don't have a high 3-point rating or mid-range rating. Normal 2 is the best option you got unless you wanted to use Victor Wembanyama. But let's get into some of the jump shots. I'm going to give you some of the best bases that you can use for a small guard under 6'5". And make sure you pay attention to the bottom left of the screen so you can see if you have the rating to be able to unlock this base as of Jalen Brunson base. But another base is that Cam Thomas base. Now, a lot of people like using Cam Thomas if they don't got Patty Mills, KPJ, but a lot of people like Cam Thomas over the Patty Mills jump shot. And if you don't have starter 4, you cannot get Patty Mills jump shot. And you got to have an 85 mid-range or 3-pointer to use Patty Mills with being starter 4. The same thing with KPJ. KPJ, you need to have an 84 mid-range or 3-pointer and be starter 4, which is some of the best jump shots you can end up getting at being a starter 4 rep. Then the next one is Payton Pritchard, low-key one I put a lot of people on. They've been loving the actual Payton Pritchard jump shot. Kyrie Irving, y'all know y'all can go pure Kyrie Irving in the custom jump shot creator, max speed, and end up putting on push, and you can go crazy with. Got the Allen Iverson. This is literally T-Mac and Jared Culver on a small guard. So if you like using those type of jump shots, use Allen Iverson. Then we have the Kira Lewis Jr. Now, this is for my people who have low 3-point ratings. Like you have a 75-3, 74 3-pointer, or you're on a build that's literally a point guard with a low 3-pointer. This is maybe one of the best bases to use, especially with Bronny James. There's not that many low bases in this game that's going to be really good or actually consistent to shoot with, but it's a few of them like these, just like Jacoby Walter, aka the JT Thor of 2K25. But look, we're gonna give you some of the best bases. Let's get y'all some jump shots. Now, the first jump shot I'm gonna end up showing y'all boys is gonna be a John Stockton, Bradley Beal, Oscar Robertson, max speed 2278 blend. Now, one of my subscribers took me on to this. I ended up messing with the blending and I actually messed with it. Now look, this jump shot is nice. John Stockton in 2K24, it was cool, but it was super fast. That's one thing I can say. This John Stockton, you can really actually time it. Like, it's really timeable, even off the quick stop, even catch and shoot off the dribble. John Stockton jump shot compared to last year, it's way better. The next jump shot is Patty Mills. So if you're a starter 4, hey, Patty Mills, Oscar Robertson, Colin Sexton. I used this in my Caitlin Clark video. 77%, 23%, and this is 3/4 speed on release. Now, if you do not want to use Patty Mills and you can't get Patty Mills, use Cam Thomas. That's the best thing I can tell you. Use Cam Thomas and end up messing around with the visual cue. Now, the visual cue I use might not be the same way you will use because we got a lot of things that's different. My internet is different, my reaction time is different, and also the monitors I use versus you using might not be the same as well. So we have different input response times. Now, for the low 3-point rating, low mid-range, you got the Kira Lewis Jr., Oscar Robertson. Max speed 50-50. Pass push, but not halfway to the release part. This one right here, if you got a low 3-point rating, if you want a 6'2", 6'4" build with a low 3-point rating, and you only put a 75 3-pointer, this is the best you're gonna get. This is literally maybe the best jump shot that you're gonna get with a 74, 75 3-pointer on a low shooting build at guard. So keep that in mind. This is one of the best ones that you can actually use, especially with the stats and everything, the best you can actually get. Then we got the Cam Thomas, Oscar Robertson. Y'all remember this jump shot right here because I used this jump shot in my Uncle Drew video and I used this jump shot in my Jalen Brunson video before the season had came out. And y'all been messing with it. The only thing I can tell you that you can really change would be the actual visual cue. My visual cue might be a little bit different for yours, but while I'm playing on a smaller build, sometimes I like to have my visual cue a little bit more in the between a release and push. But sometimes I know a lot of y'all like to have it just directly on push. Before a jump shot base that y'all wouldn't even think of, Josh Primo, Josh Primo base, Stephen Curry, Kimball Walker. This is max speed, 45-55 blend, slightly past push. And with this jump shot, you can tell he does get off the ground a decent amount. Like, he actually gets off the ground when he shoots. It's an up and down thing. Now, if you want to change the releases, you can, or you want to end up throwing Oscar Robertson as your secondary or mess around with a different release, you can. But hey, just mess around with it, mess with the visual cue, or even mess with the blending. But as of the blending, that's maybe the best blending you can get with a base like that. The next one, we got Zach LaVine, Oscar Robertson, Luka Doncic. Now, this is max speed, 15-85%, slightly, it's not slightly, I'll put a little bit past push, but not halfway mark. Now, this one, Zach LaVine, somebody in my comment section said, use Zach LaVine base. Now, using like Zach LaVine base, I had to find some releases. And as of the releases, I thought about 2K24 of my Oscar Robertson, Luka Doncic. And Oscar Robertson and Luka Doncic like combination for releases is actually good. Like, it's still good from 2K24. All you got to do is really work with the blended. Having that Luka mostly as the main actual release, it makes the visual cue look so good. Like, he puts the ball over his head, but also you see the flick in the wrist. Then we got the Cam Thomas jump shot, Colin Sexton, Devin Booker. Now, this is similar to my Cam Thomas jump shot that's just pure Oscar, but this one has a more push forward jump shot, and you actually can see the visual cue, but some people like shooting the ball over their head or not versus pushing in front of them. But this is more 40-60 max speed, and this is going to be at the halfway mark of push and release. Now that we got the small guards out of the way, now I gotta look out for the big builds. I gotta look for the big guards, the 6'6s, the 6'9s. I got y'all. So we gonna start out with the Kobe Bryant base. A lot of people slept on this jump shot at the beginning of the year, but I started using it again, especially with rhythm shooting. It's fun to use. But a jump shot that just came out recently, T-Mac, we know what this jump shot can do. It's the same as Jared Culver, but something with T-Mac, it's a little bit smoother, but they're literally the same jump shot. One is just a little bit quicker than the other. Then you got Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen, you don't want to sleep on this. I definitely recommend you use Scottie Pippen, especially if you're on a popper or even if you're trying to ISO, use Scottie Pippen. Matt Ryan's a great jump shot. It is very fast. Then you got Benedict Mathurin. It's some new bases that's in here, especially with this spreadsheet. And it's a variety when it comes to the ratings, especially like Rudy Gay, a OG 2K legend jump shot. Rudy Gay, 81 when it comes to the actual rating. You can unlock this and make some great jump shots using Rudy Gay. Then you got Josh Richardson. Now, this one caught me off guard. I heard about it, but I didn't think it was as good as what it really was. We got Ben Shepherd. Ben Shepherd jump shot, the look is kind of weird, but once you get your releases, you'll be okay with it. And then I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but I know his base is good. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't know how to pronounce bro name, but I know when you put your custom with that jump shot, it's nasty. Then we got the Jalen Tyson. I've always been telling y'all been using the Pro-Am and the people seeing in park and spot ups. Ray Allen. Now, Ray Allen could be a hit or miss. It's a kind of a miss for me, but some people, they really mess with the Ray Allen jump shot, and I told y'all about the Jacoby Walter. You got a low 3-point rating, and you use JT Thor in 2K24, try Jacoby Walter. Especially with a mix with that Oscar Robertson upper, it's gonna be a cool, calm jump shot. But now look, I'm gonna give y'all some of the best jump shots y'all can use for these big builds, from the 6'5s all the way to 6'9s, poppers, locks, or even guards. Now we got the Jaden McDaniels. Now, I didn't think Jaden McDaniels base was like, the look of it, you might not mess with it. But as of the feel, rhythm shooting with this, I was surprised. Like, this is more of a catch and shoot jump shot. Let me get that right. Do not use this to try to ISO off the dribble, combo up, and then pull up. This is one of those catch and shoot jump shots. So if you're a catch and shoot type of player, this is the jump shot you're gonna use. This is not one of those, oh, I'm gonna go cook up and then try to do a step back and shoot. It does have a weird hitch if you try that. I'm gonna be honest. Then we got the Jared Culver, Oscar Robertson, Kyle Korver. Y'all all been asking me what jump shot I be using in certain videos. Most of the time, this is the jump shot. I end up using this in the Cooper Flag video where I literally went crazy. I was shooting almost 80-90% from the 3, from the mid-range. Like, I couldn't miss. If you haven't seen that video, you might want to go check that out, because we was going crazy. Cooper Flag was, hey, Cooper Flag was in his bag. You would have thought Cooper Flag was a sharpshooter how I was shooting that ball. But look, the next jump shot is the Scottie Pippen, Zach LaVine, Joe Ingles. Now, I know y'all see these uppers. Y'all like, hold on. These uppers are different compared to all the other YouTubers and people that just give jump shot videos. These are some different uppers. I told you, I labbed them. We had the lab. We had the, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all I was gonna get in the lab and really try something out for y'all boys. And this one right here, I'm actually like, when it took me some time to get the releases together, trying things out, you could switch the secondary release, but this one will give you vibes of old 2Ks, especially using that Rudy Gay base. Now, you got Rudy Gay, Oscar Robertson. Now, the secondary release is up to you, but I like Mikal Bridges. 50-50, slightly past push, and this one is not too fast and not too slow. You can go off the dribble if you want to, but you can catch and shoot with it as well. If you want a rhythm shoot, change the visual cue. That would say you want to go a little bit more into the halfway of release and push, or you can go full release. But as of the shot, it's not a super fast shot and it's not a super slow shot. It's right in the middle. It's like the sweet spot. But for a jump shot right here, we got Benedict Mathurin. Then we got, I'm gonna tell you this now, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but his base, it works. It works. But then we got Josh Richardson. Now with all three of these jump shot bases I just showed you, you can put these bases with these releases at the same thing. Kobe Bryant, Oscar Robertson, 30-70, max speed. Only thing you're gonna have to really change and mess with is the visual cue. But most of the time, the visual cue I have right here was the closest I can get for all of them to work at the same time without me moving back and forth and show you 3 different jump shots. But this jump shot right here is the Josh Richardson base, and off the dribble, off the combo up, like, you can green. Catch and shoot, green. It's an actual fast jump shot. It has a nice visual cue. And I'm happy that I went to the comment section and looked at some of these bases y'all was throwing out. Cause look, this one right here, Isaiah Colliner, I used his release before, but I never used his base. So we got Isaiah Colliner, then we got Rudy Gay, then we got Oscar Robertson, 45-55 blend. Now with the visual cue, it's up to you. I got it slightly past push, but look, this jump shot is more of an overhead jump shot. So keep that in mind, but it is fast. He somewhat does a jump forward, so keep that in mind. You do jump forward, so it could cause to get a contest. This jump shot is a good catch and shoot jump shot. Off the dribble wise, it's decent. I would say decent. It's not bad, but catch and shoot wise, it's gonna be a good like lockdown with a high mid range or a lockdown popper with a high mid range. But for my big builds, now look, my 7-footers, my 6'10s, the bases, I've been looking. Stanley Johnson, I've been telling y'all about Stanley Johnson. You don't wanna sleep. Something different. Marcus Morris Senior. Let me get that right. Marcus Morris Senior. Then you know the go-to. Everybody know Jonathan Isaac is the go-to base, especially for those big builds. A lot of people use that Jonathan Isaac. Kristaps Porzingis is more a low-key one, especially when my man's Coda Man telling me about the base. I tried it out. It's cool, but it's just a hit or miss based on your timing if you want to rhythm shoot or actually just use the button. Then we got Nick Claxton. I told y'all about Nick Claxton. Nick Claxton is those ones that got slept on. Chris Bosh was great in 2K24 and 2K23. It's like, it's not the superior jump shot to Jonathan Isaac, but it's up there with it. The same thing with Oliver Sarr. You don't want to sleep on certain bases. The reason I'm giving you these gems, because if it's not a jump shot I gave you or custom that I gave you, it's going to be a base in here that's definitely going to help you. And if you want those bigger builds that got a higher mid-range, hey man, try out that MPJ. Now, MPJ can really change how you feel about the shooting on this game. Like MPJ on a bigger build, you will be actually surprised how good the shooting is. But look, let me get into some of these jump shots for the 6'10s all the way to 7'3s. Now this is my go-to jump shot. Y'all been asking what I use on chat. Jonathan Isaac, Franz Wagner, Baluba. This is the combo I did. 53-47, 3-4 speed, and it's in the between that mark of push and release. I even used this in my Kevin Durant video. My 6'10 KD build that I just dropped with the 6'9, this is the same jump shot. It's smooth. This is more of a rhythm shooting and be able to use square at the same time type of jump shot. The next jump shot, we got this Chris Bosh, LaMarcus Aldridge, Franz Wagner, max speed, and this is 38-62 blend. Now I do have this in between the push and release, but not too much in the middle. But this one right here, I was actually surprised because usually I don't like Chris Bosh base. Chris Bosh base is like a hit or miss for me, but I found some uppers I like. Now, I like Jonathan Isaac, but you just gotta mess around with some uppers. That's the main thing when it comes to these bases. It's the uppers for the centers. That's the main thing. For the 7-footers and the 6'10s, all you really need to do is work on combinations of uppers. Now we got the Oliver Sarr, MPJ, and then we got Precious Achiuwa. This is a max speed 29-71 blend, and I have it slightly past push, nothing too crazy, but I definitely would recommend you to end up changing the visual cue and make it somewhat almost closer to the in-between mark of push and release, just because the jump shot is fast. But the thing is, when you play multiple game modes, the shot timers are different, the game difficulties are different. So I tried to find something that was close enough, but I just had to make sure. I tried it on a rec, and that's what I used in rec before. But playing park in different game modes, it might be something slightly different. Then we got the Jonathan Isaac, LaMarcus Aldridge, and then we got Wemby. This is max speed on release. This is a rhythm shooting jump shot. You can use square, but just know you're gonna be holding square or the button for a minute. I recommend you to rhythm shoot with this jump shot. That's the main. This is more of a rhythm shooting jump shot because of how high he put his hands in the air. Now Stanley Johnson, Baluba, Charles Bassey. Now this one, well, it was cool, but I'm gonna be honest, once you get the rhythm of it, it's money. Just because of the time and stability, it's money. This is a 3/4 jump shot, half between push and release, 50-50. Now I'm telling you, once you actually get like the rhythm of using this jump shot, you're not really gonna miss because the visual cue is just nice. I don't know what it is about them having Mike Wang, Baluba, Jumpshot in the game as his releases, but his releases are actually better than some of the NBA players, and that's the crazy part about it. But out of all the jump shots I gave y'all for high 3-point shooting in mid-range or low 3-point rating in mid-range, let me know in the comment section which one was your favorite. Let me know which one y'all end up finding some releases that y'all like. Let me know which bases that y'all end up learning about, that y'all end up messing with. Hey man, the best thing I can tell y'all to do, drop a like on the video. Drop a like on the video. Make sure y'all boys subscribe. Send this video to one of y'all friends that can't shoot. And like I told y'all in prior videos, hey man, if you got a jump shot y'all want me to try out and test, drop them down in the comment section right now. And check out the 2 videos on the screen.